Hello and good afternoon. Sage here reporting live from Kalkine studio, and it's lunchtime here in Sydney and time for the mid-market pulse. In today's show, we'll take a look at the overall Australian share market's performance by the mid-session trade. And the ASX 200 holds its opening gains as Victoria plans to ease the COVID-19 curbs. And let us look at the highlights first. By lunchtime, Australian shares were trading 0.44% or 32.5 points up at 7,448.5, retracing from the day's high of 7,462.6. The bulls seem to have an upper hand today, with 7 out of the 11 sectors trading higher. The IT sector is the biggest laggard for the day, losing a sizable 1.44%, following a sell-off in Nasdaq on Friday. And let's get started with the details. After starting the week on a higher note on Monday, the Australian shares have held their gains by lunchtime. The 3 weeks of gains are also intact as Victoria, Australia's second most populous state, looked to further tone down the COVID-19 restrictions as it is getting closer to attaining 80% vaccination rate overall during this week. Australian shares are trading 0.44% or 32.5 points up. The ASX All Ordinaries has also seen a bit of selling pressure from the day's high, now trading 0.45% or 34.7 points up. The Australian dollar halted its rally on Friday as commodity prices eased and a sharp sell-off in Antipodean bond markets calmed down as the Reserve Bank of Australia stepped in to defend its yield target. The Aussie dollar last closed flat at 0.7465 US dollars, and the market's positive mood has also been supported by the US large cap index, Dow Jones Industrial Average, which registered a record high closing on Friday, while major equity indices were up for a third week in a row. And the Dow Jones rose 0.21%, while the S&P 500 slipped 0.11%. The Nasdaq composite ended the session 0.82% lower. And let us now look at the top gainers and losers. By lunch, Mineral Resources was leading with a gain of 6.7%, followed by a 3.9% gain in Pro Medicus. Unibail, Rodamco Westfield and Eagers Automotive were other top contributors in the ASX 200. Unibail Rodamco Westfield rose 3.8% and Eagers Automotive rose 3.4%. On the flip side, Perpetual is spoiling the mood with a 5.5% loss. Online retailer Kogan.com and BNPL player Zip were also dragging the index. Kogan.com shedded 3.2% and Zip 3.16%. Coming to the market breadth, bulls seem to have an upper hand today with 7 out of the 11 sectors trading higher. The energy space is leading the pack with a 0.9% gain and on the back of a bounce back in the crude oil prices. The utilities sector is the second biggest gainer, trading higher by 0.78%, followed by a 0.52% uptick in the consumer staples sector. The IT sector is the biggest laggard for the day, losing a sizable 1.44% following a sell-off in Nasdaq on Friday. And now let us look at the newsmakers by the lunchtime. And Westgold Resources has ramped up its offer to buy Gascoyne Resources. The decision came amid a rejection from the takeovers panel for a hostile takeover. And now the company would offer 3 Westgold shares for every Gascoyne share. Electro-Optic Systems has requested for a trading halt for its securities listed on the ASX. The management has also warned for a downgrade to earnings guidance. It is also yet to provide an update regarding the status of fundraising efforts for SpaceLink Corporation. And Mineral Resources has recommenced operations at its Marble joint venture for the Wodgina lithium mine. Because of the weak global market conditions, the mine was placed on care and maintenance since November 2019. And Pilbara Minerals Securities have entered a trading halt on the ASX. The halt has been placed for a pending announcement regarding a transaction concerning a downstream joint venture. And the trading halt will be lifted on Wednesday or when the announcement is out, whichever comes earlier. Centuria Industrial REIT has agreed to divest its stake in 99 Quillway Henderson property in Western Australia for 10.5 million Australian dollars. It is a 6,419 square metre warehouse facility and is being sold as a vacant possession. The proceeds from the sale would primarily be used to repay debt. And thanks for joining us on The Report. That's a wrap in the show. Keep watching Kalkine TV for more trending market updates from Australia and around the world. Sage signing off.